Hey everybody, this is Brian from Carving is Fun, and if you've been following the channel, you've probably noticed I've probably spent anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 on different carving tools just to test them out so that I can tell you if it's good or bad. Main categories of this video are going to be cheap tools to avoid, beginner to intermediate tools that you should look into if you're just starting, and high quality tools that are really worth it. And at the end, I'm going to give you some recommendations, which are these guys right here, on what to get if you're just starting. Now, I also have a bunch of review videos already on the channel for a lot of the tools I'm going to go over, which I'll have the links for below. All right, so cheap tools that should be avoided. I personally avoid these style of tools that I have on the screen right now because unless you already have like a full sharpening set and know how to use them properly, because they usually come in dull, ding, or just damaged, they're not really worth it. They are actually just inferior copies of another popular wood carving tool set, and just for a few dollars more, you can get that better version that they copied it from. So what you see on the screen, just some of the stuff to avoid. So we're going to jump into beginner and intermediate tools here. The first one that I want you to look into is Beavercraft. They have a wide variety of different tools to choose from. They're affordable, they're easy to maintain. If you are literally on a budget and you want the cheapest, best ones to get, go ahead and grab Beavercraft. The next one that I would look into is Flexcut. Again, just like Beavercraft, they're easy to find, but they have a better quality cutting edge than Beavercraft. They are a little bit more expensive, but they're not like overly expensive. Another one is Schaaf Tools. They're coming out with more and more nice sets to use. Great for whittling and spoon carving. They have good quality chisels and gouges for beginners at a great price. So if you are on a budget but you want a decent set of chisels and gouges, go ahead and grab those. Another one to look into is OCC Tools or Krychek Carving Tools, which I think is the company that actually now owns it, or they're transitioning all the tools over to them now. They're really good quality tools at a reasonable price. They have a decent variety of knives, hook knives, and palm tools. The only issue is that they're a little bit harder to find. You have to find them at like the specialized wood carving tool shops online, but I'll have all the links for you below for you to find them. Go into the next section. This is more like professional quality tools, which are higher end. They cost more money, but they are very much worth it. So we're gonna have two different specifications. One is gonna be knives and hook knives for like people that want to do like figures and spoon carvings, and then gouges and chisels for relief carving and larger carvings as well. The first one we're gonna look into is Silvernworks. They're more of a new knife maker that show real promise. I'm putting them first on this on the professional quality tools list as their wait time is the shortest, but they're really, I'm telling you, they're really good. They're comfortable in the hands with the different handles, and their blades come in super sharp. Then of course, this list would not be complete unless we didn't have Helvy knives on here. They're basically the standard for high-end whittling knives. Lots of different blade types and handle types. They are very highly sought after. And as of this video right now, the wait time is probably in excess of 15 months. I'm going to tell you right now, they are worth it. Next one is Drake knives. Amazing high quality tools that are each unique works of art on their own. Fortunately, Gil, the original tool maker, had passed away, but his family's keeping the company going. Currently have a wait time of about 6 months as their popularity has increased, but that's with good reason. So going into chisels and gouges. Of course, the one that it has to be on the list. They're everywhere. Pfeil, one of the most well-known carving tool companies in the world. Amazing selection of carving tools for the gouges and chisels. But me personally, I'm not a fan of their knives. I find their edges to be inconsistent. You can buy the tools individually or as sets. I think you save some money with the sets. Chew Cherries, which is another well-known and amazing tool brand. Just like Pfeil, they have a large selection of carving tools, and I personally like their knives better than Pfeil. And then another one that I just ran across and I really actually liked, Stry. They're hand-forged tools, mainly good for like whittling, chip carving, spoon, bowl carving. They recently made a beginner set with blocks of wood. I would buy it directly from their website. They ship worldwide as well. Onto what I have here. So if you're just getting into whittling or wood carving, I have a few sets here that I highly recommend you get into because they're good quality, they're easy to find, they come in sharp, and they're not too terribly expensive. First ones I usually point people to are Flexcut. Comes with a detail knife, regular cutting knife, and two different palm tools. One's a gouge and one's a V-gouge. Great little beginner set. It'll get you started really where you need to go. This might be the first and only tool set that you really need if you want to do small whittling like caricatures and whatnot. Other ones would be Beavercraft if you are more on a budget. Their spoon carving set will cover like everything from whittling to spoon carving. And then another one that I literally is just coming out is Schaaf Tools 5-piece set here. These are really nice. They have a nice little curved blade, a chip carving blade. This one's more of like their general purpose whittling and chip carving knife. Then they have two different hook knives. One is like a slight bent, and then they have a regular hook for like creating the deep cuts into like spoons and and bowls and whatnot. I am highly impressed with this. This is probably going to become one of my new favorite, just throw in a bag, I have a nice whittling set no matter where I go kind of deal. And the handles are amazing. Again, if you're doing like spoon carving and whatnot, not just whittling, the Schaaf Tool set and the Beavercraft set are going to probably be my two best choices. And then for general wood carving, I would probably look into the Schaaf Tool set just because they have a nice little variety of different tools that you can use. And they come in nice and sharp. The only thing is like the edges might be a little bit thicker compared to that of like Pfeil, but this set is probably like 1/5 of the price of the larger Pfeil set I showed earlier, and you can get a whole bunch done with it. Flexcut also makes a neat little starter set as well. These guys are a little bit thinner, and I find that they cut a little bit better, but they are a bit more expensive than the Schaaf Tools one. For the price that you're getting for these guys, I think it's actually pretty good. There's just a little bit of flex inside of it. But again, I'm going to have everything in the description down below. If you have questions, feel free to ask. And if you want to get started in the whittling and wood carving, I have like a complete beginner's guide to whittling as well, which I'll have linked to like right up here in the corner somewhere for you. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one.